Pesky.
And Yasmin.
And we're from Synergy Recruitment. So, a statistic for you today, listen to this. 50% of candidates that hand in their resignation are counter-offered. Can you believe that? 1 in 2. It is not good. It is not good. So we are here to help you today,
Yes.
aren't we, Yas?
We sure are, yes.
How are we going to do it, Yasmin?
So, firstly, we are going to talk about how to identify the candidates that are likely to accept a counter-offer and how to get them out the process so we're not wasting our time. And then to talk about how to minimise the risk of applicants that you do want to progress with from accepting a counter-offer. So, firstly then, how to identify the candidates that are likely to accept a counter-offer.
So, what you need to do is ask them what are their reasons for leaving their current job, and also establish what their motivations are for the next job that they're going to take. Because first of all, your job needs to offer what they're looking for that's going to match their requirements first off.
Yes.
Common sense, but you know, we have to say these things. And secondly, why are they leaving? Is it because they want an increase in salary? No career progression? You know, what is it? So once they've told you what it is, the next step is to ask them, have they addressed it with their current employer? Have they asked the question, could they have a pay rise? Is there any career progression? Because the candidates that turn around and say, no, they haven't addressed it at all, they're just assuming that it won't happen, are the ones that are high risk. So we don't want them.
No. So the ones that haven't addressed it, let's send them away and tell them to address it, because the chances are that they might get offered what they're looking for when they're handing in their notice and they'll accept it. The ones that have addressed it and say that they there isn't anything that can change, or what can change isn't enough, those are the people that we want to move forward with. So at that stage, we want to be asking them hypothetical questions.
Yes.
So, for example, we want to be saying to candidates, you know, if your employer was to offer you X, Y and Z, you know, what would you do then? At this point, hopefully, the candidates will say, oh no, I wouldn't accept that because there's this reason why I'm wanting to move on. The candidates, obviously, that say I would accept that, again, let's get them out of the process because they're a very high risk. So hopefully more reasons will come out as to why they are looking to move on, and hopefully, you know, by having this conversation at the beginning, chances are that if they do get offered those things, they won't take them.
That's right. So that's the first stage of how to identify sort of who's okay to progress to the next stage and who's at risk. So that brings us on to the next part. Then talking to the candidates about counter offers. Now, a statistic which is really shocking but also not is that 80% of those candidates that accept the counter offer then leave within 6 months. Now that 80%, it's massive.
Staggering.
We come across it quite a lot, don't we, where candidates have come back to us 5 or 6 months later saying they've not delivered on their promises, they've not given me that new job title, they, you know, everything's just the way it was when I handed my resignation in. But candidates won't know this, will they?
They don't know that, and that's the thing. So in order to help with that, let's educate them right from the start. Before you get to the point of actually a counter-offer happening, because if you start trying to give them this information afterwards, it'll just look like you're backpedaling and like you're trying to say anything to get the applicant to come to you. So let's educate them right from the start. Let's let them know that the chances are, even if they do accept a counter-offer, they're not going to be happy. And then hopefully, you know, with that information, there's less chances that they will accept that counter-offer.
Yeah, that's right. And when you are at the stage you've made the offer and they verbally accept it, make sure you get that contract out to them ASAP. Because it is a time when they get really nervous.
It is,
Most candidates won't hand their notice in until they've got a contract, and rightly so. So get it out as soon as possible so they can sign it and send it back to you.
and then hopefully go and hand in their notice.
Yeah.
Once you've done that, find out when they're handing in their notice and call them beforehand. So what you need to be doing is ringing them beforehand, telling them how much you're looking forward to having them, wishing them luck with handing their notice in, offering them any support that they need, and just making it clear how much you really want them, how much you're looking forward to them, and putting that in their mind, because then hopefully when they go into that meeting handing in their notice and their current employer is laying it on thick, telling them how much they value them, offering them all the things to make them stay, hopefully that's what they've got in their mind, and they're thinking, do you know what, no, I don't need this because I've got this great employer who is really excited to have me, and that's where I want to go.
And then the next step is to keep in touch with them throughout that notice period. Chances are their notice period will be 4 weeks. That's generally the average in the industry. 4 weeks is a long time, isn't it, Yaz? It's, you know, if you imagine that they're going to be in that company and they're going to be laying it on thick, we want you to stay here, look, all your friends are here, you know, they're going to be laying it on. So make sure you keep in touch with them. Hi, how's it going? Oh, I know it's quite tough when you're working your notice. You know, we're really keen for you to start, not long to go. And again, it's all about making them feel wanted, letting them know that you're looking forward to them starting, to minimise the risk of any sort of wobble in that 4 week period.
Exactly right. So hopefully, if you do all of those things, we'll have crossed out the people who aren't worth wasting our time on, and we'll have minimised the risk of the ones that we do like accepting that counter offer. So hopefully that's helpful. As always, if you've got any questions, if you need any advice on anything, feel free to get in touch. Our website is
www.synergyrecruit.co.uk.
All of our contact details are on there.
They are, yes. Thank you so much for watching the video, everybody, and have a lovely day.
Yes, bye.
Cheers, bye.